What's up, everybody? This live is kind of impromptu. Like I said, I was going to talk about Kamala certifying the votes. I was just holding on to hope that she would do her big one and talk her shit like she should have. But she did her job and she did what she was supposed to do. Let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And yes, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling? I really do got an egghead with this, with doing the portrait mode. Doing the vertical. Shout out to everybody who watches the vertical lives. What's up, son? How you doing? What's up? Can go back into hiding where she belongs. I don't want her to go back into hiding. I was hoping that she would do her big one and talk her ish, but she didn't. She certified the damn votes. Damn. What's up, Jackie? How you doing? What's up? What's up? What's up, Andrea? How you doing? Thank you for being here. So like I said, Kamala Harris, she did certify the votes. There was no coup, nobody stormed the Capitol. Even though I didn't want nobody to storm the Capitol, I was just hoping that somebody TP'd it. I ain't gonna lie. I was hoping that somebody TP'd like at least something. Like throw the papers or act a little bit of a damn fool. Like that's what I was hoping for, What's up, Ariel? How you doing? Like somebody needed to act a fool. Like why did they did my girl Kamala so wrong. But we're going to go ahead and watch a video of her certifying the votes. I thought it was interesting because they also cheered for Donald Trump, but they cheered for her too. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at it right now. Let me pull it up. And I'm sorry, y'all. It's super small when you do the vertical way. So let me go ahead and... Oh, shit. What the hell was that? Okay. What's up, Blessing?
Deliver the result to the President of the Senate.
The undersigned, Deb Fisher and Amy Klobuchar, tellers on the part of the Senate, and Brian Steele and Joseph Morelle, tellers on the part of the House of Representatives, report the following as the result of the ascertainment and counting of the electoral vote for President and Vice President.
Okay, I don't want to hear her talk.
Is as follows. The whole number of the electors appointed to vote for President of the United States is 538. Within that whole number, the majority is 270. The votes for President of the United States are as follows. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris.
Boo! Now, this is what I hate about the Democrats. Somebody should have yelled, sit your ass down. Sit your simple ass down. That's what somebody should have yelled. But of course, the Democrats always got to take the high road. Oh my God. Disgusting. All right, but let's continue.
Kamala D. Harris of the state of California has received 226 votes.
I was happy that they did at least stand up and clap for her. Because let's be honest, with Joe Biden in the race, right? it wasn't going nowhere. I mean, it was a long shot throwing Kamala up in there, but with Joe Biden, nobody was inspired. Nobody really cared. I think when Kamala came, and I was one of the people, I admit, like, I was skeptical. I was like, wait, huh? What? But honestly, to tell you the truth, that was the right person at the time, considering that it was 107 days until the election. What primary what were we going to do to find somebody else? And by the time they found somebody, they would have to have put a team together. Or just like Kamala, they would have just been given Joe Biden team because that's what she ran. The same campaign that, Joe Biden was going to run, that's the same one that Kamala ran. Yes, they did add in a few new people and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it was a Joe Biden campaign. It was not a Kamala Harris campaign. She ran the same game plan that he was going to go into. And in some way, that was to her detriment, running the same campaign as him. But again, they didn't want to necessarily, and this is to all the people in charge in the DNC and stuff like that. They didn't want to find somebody else who would waver. They knew Kamala would be on the same wavelength and be able to continue what they already had planned. Honestly, to tell you the truth, Joe Biden should have dropped out a long time ago, so then there could have been a primary. That was definitely his fault. There should have been a primary. And he should have dropped out early. But again, that's a fantasy world. In a world where she only had 107 days, she was the only choice. And I think also, too, a lot of people go like, well, if they went with somebody else, they would have skipped over her. And then they would have, if they would have skipped over her, I think the same, like the people who support Palestine and everything else, that would have still happened. Because again, just today, the prime minister in Canada stepped down, Justin Trudeau. He stepped down. They said inflation, the economy, the same thing that they say about our elected officials, why they wanted Joe Biden out, is the same thing that they're doing. But it's not just that, too, as well. France and then other countries, they also got rid of their leadership, too. So in a way, when you look at it, yeah, Donald Trump was going to win. Nobody cared about the past, what happened, the insurrection. This is the 4th anniversary of January 6th. And it's like things went to plan. Like I was thinking that the vote was going to be later on. No, usually these things happen like that. It happens quickly. They move on and, go to the next thing. So I wanted to go ahead and play this as well, too. Kamala gave a quick statement after she certified the votes. And then I'm going to give you guys like my idea of what I think is going on. Here we go.
Well, today was obviously a very important day, and it was about what should be the norm and what the American people should be able to take for granted, which is that one of the most important pillars of our democracy is that there will be a peaceful transfer of power. And today I did what I have done my entire career, which is take seriously the oath that I have taken many times to support and defend the Constitution of the United States, which included today performing my constitutional duties to ensure that the people of America, the voters of America, will have their votes counted, that those votes matter, and that they will determine then the outcome of an election. I do believe very strongly that America's democracy is only as strong as our willingness to fight for it. Every single person, their willingness to fight for and respect the importance of our democracy. Otherwise, it is very fragile and it will not be able to withstand moments of crisis. And today, America's democracy stood.
Yo, yeah, definitely that was I'm gonna get my ass up out of here. Goodbye. I said all I had to say. Goodbye. Yeah, she basically she was pissed. And I don't think necessarily pissed because she had to certify the election. It is what it is. Obviously she was going to have to do her job. Every vice president has done their job. It was only last time where there was some controversy and a whole delay. But other than that, usually this is how it goes down, right? Um, Richard Nixon had to certify the votes when he lost. Al Gore had to certify the election when he lost. And now Kamala Harris had to certify the election when she lost. So, you know, it's a job that they do, and she did her job, and that's it. And now she can move on with her life. Um, and the reason why I put 2028 in here is because a lot of people were like, "Oh, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they're working on something. They're going to overturn the election and blah 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 blah." And I think what Kamala Harris was alluding to is that she's going to run again. I don't think it was anything about her trying to overturn the election or anything like that. It was always, hey, I'm gonna run again. Now, she hasn't said it, and you heard the reporters, they were like asking her, thank you, Demetria, for telling people to hit the like button. They were asking her, like, what's next? Are you running for governor? Are you running for president? A lot of people are saying that she's gonna run for governor because Gavin Newsom, his term is up in 2026, so a lot of people think she's going to run for governor. As well as they said, like, governor would be the easiest route. I mean, definitely she would win if she went with governor. But I also feel like this too. If she just says, hey, I tried president, I'm just going to give it up, and then she doesn't end up, and she just goes for the governorship, I feel like that's a downgrade. I feel like it's a downgrade just for her own personal, not morality, but self-esteem. Am I trying to say self-esteem? I feel like that's a downgrade. Okay, so you go from vice president to governor. Yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you consider that a downgrade. Put a 2 in the chat, no. I think that would be a downgrade if she goes to governor. If she goes to governor, she definitely won't be president. Yeah, I feel like that's a downgrade. Like, okay, well, you couldn't do president, so now, let's do governor. And I think also, too, I don't know who they would run. I think she does have a better shot at doing the governorship, no doubt. But I'm just saying in 2028, who do the Democrats run? Here we go with the Bernie Sanders. Oh no, y'all didn't do it. Y'all didn't do it. Y'all didn't do it. Okay. Y'all didn't do it. I thought so. Y'all were like Bernie Sanders. Oh my, let that go. Listen, some of y'all said Kamala need to let it go. But if Kamala need to let it go, Bernie Sanders need to let it go. That's 2016. We tried it in 2020. And again, if we're gonna look at age, he gonna be up there with how old is Bernie Sanders? Bernie Sanders, about the time 4 years pass, he gonna be ready for the coffin, y'all. Is Bernie Sanders that old? He probably aged like milk. Hold on, let me see. How old is Bernie Sanders? Bernie Sanders. 83. Oh no, y'all, nah, Bernie Sanders, 83 years old. That that fool is 83 years old. Who's that? Who the hell is that? I've never heard of that person. Antonio how do you say the last name? Former speaker, California. Wasn't he like the mayor of LA or something like that? Yeah, he was the mayor of Los Angeles. Yeah. I don't know enough about him. I'll say that. I don't know enough about him. I don't want to say no, yes, maybe so. Um, I know one thing. Gavin Newsom is definitely running for president. Gavin Newsom is running for president. That's off rip. He's running for president. I mean, remember he did that whole debate with Ron DeSantis, and he wasn't running for president, but he did a debate with him. That was very weird. Um, Gavin Newsom has been out here really making a name for himself. The only thing is, if people were afraid of Kamala being too quote unquote liberal, then what are they going to think about Gavin Newsom? Or will they give him a pass because he's a white man? I don't know. And the reason why I bring that up, because I also want to talk about how there's a lot of people saying you should just run straight white men now. Do not run nobody else but a straight white man, so then you know you can win. I disagree with that. Now, as far as the straight thing, I don't think Pete Buttigieg, who is a gay man, I don't think they would vote for him. No. But a person of color, we already seen it happen with Barack Obama, and then I think a woman could possibly win. If you look at the actual breakdown of the election, I don't know if I can pull it up. I think she was just, now that all the votes have been counted, or majority, I should say, it was only by 2 million, I think. Let me pull it up on my screen. Yeah. As far as the electoral, yeah, Kamala got her ass whooped. But as far as the vote percentage, and especially when you look by state, she put up a fight. And I think also too, it says a lot for the states where she didn't win. She improved her numbers higher than what Joe Biden numbers were. So I want to go to Nevada, for example. So Nevada, you see here, is it going to show me the number? Hey, why is it not showing me the number? I think she lost it by... Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. See, 751 compared to 705. Also, Wisconsin was close. Okay, so if we look at Wisconsin, that one, 1,697, and then 1,667. See how close that one was? Michigan, another one. And now, granted, she still would have needed like Pennsylvania or a larger state. I'm just saying, you guys. And then we have Michigan. Michigan 200. She had 2,724,000, and then Donald Trump had 2,800 and 2,804,000. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So it wasn't far off. And even the 2020, which I'll pull up those numbers later. The ones that Joe Biden won by, those were pretty close as well too. So I don't want to say a black woman can't win. I never want to say that, or a woman in general. I mean, don't forget Hillary Clinton didn't win the popular vote. She just didn't win the electoral college. It was a lot of people on the TikTok and all over social media with the conspiracy theories. Now, I will say this. We're called the 4 a.m. crew. Everybody who woke up at 4 a.m. was all like, now what the hell is going on? Like, everybody kind of had that weird feeling. Now, some people didn't. If Trump was your guy and he won, nobody lost any sleep. Nobody cared, right? Everybody went about their business. But for some of us, we woke up like, oh, no, this ain't, no, what the going on? You know what I mean? So they call it the 4 a.m. crew, and it's all like something was going to happen. Kamala, was working on something, and she knows that there was election fraud. Blah 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 blah. No, we can hang it up. Oh, she's giving us context clues. She's letting us know this and that. The fight is still happening. The fight is still no. She's letting y'all know to still stay engaged and still fight. And I think that was a teaser for, hey, I'm going to run again. You're going to see me again. That was not any clue that she was going to overturn the election or Joe Biden was working on anything. Listen, Joe Biden can barely stand. He can barely speak. Joe Biden can barely stay up, like as far as, staying awake. Joe Biden doesn't even know what day of the week it is. There was nothing that Joe Biden was going to do, unfortunately. I'm just going to be honest. That man barely knows what's going on. It's unfortunate, but, it's true. Like I said, for me personally, I think doing the ignorant shit, like the Jaguar stuff, it's fun. But I think now I've been inspired, especially after this election, to stay engaged and to keep you guys informed with what's going on, because I feel like there's not a space for anybody to break it down and make it make sense. It's just a space for a lot of clickbait, a lot of, anger, propaganda, and there's a lot of misconceptions. And I feel like nobody really talked about the falsehoods and the misconceptions. Everybody just kind of went with the clickbait, and this is where we're at. Because why were we focusing on whether Kamala was black or not instead of the policy? That had nothing to do with nothing. Because the guy, I know, like, say if the person that she was running against was black, like, say if Donald Trump was black. Okay, let's do a black litmus test. But Donald Trump is not black. Why was that even in the conversation? Why was that even thought of? Why are we even talking about that? And those same people, like the FBAs, they was loud and wrong during the election, but now that it's over, what are they saying? I've heard silence regarding, the election, but I mean, they're talking about Fat Joe calling them, black supremacists and stuff like that. And then I found out that Tariq Nasheed was allegedly paid to put out. We'll talk about that in a different show because I want to pull up the receipt before I say that. But just know a lot of people get paid. Politics is a blood sport, basically. Don't trust what you hear. Do your own research. That's the only thing I can tell y'all. But this is just a short show, y'all. I just kind of wanted to update you guys. I told you I would talk about it, so I wanted to keep my promise. I love y'all. Be safe out there. Deuces.